Hello, beautiful people. Today I bring to you a shocking news. The President of Canada, Justin Trudeau, recently passed a very shocking information in regards to immigration. He said in the past 2 years, their population has grown really fast, like a baby boom, and increasingly, bad actors like fake colleges and big chain corporations have been exploiting their immigration system for their own interests. So they're going to do something about it, and that's what this video is all about. So he said that they will be reducing the number of immigrants that will come to Canada for the next 3 years. And then he went on to say that they have made some mistakes in the past and they are planning to correct all those mistakes. He mentioned that there were two kinds of immigration in Canada, the one which is very common, which is the permanent immigration, like when families come to Canada to settle and they call it home. And he said every year the government determines the right number of permanent residents that they can admit into the country. That is how it has been done for many decades. But then that is only about the permanent immigration. And then they don't talk about other pathways like temporary immigration, where temporary residents come into Canada for a limited time, like international students, temporary workers, and so on. Or they come for work or school, and when the job is finished, they have to return home. Most of these people will come temporarily, apply for permanent residency, and turn Canada into their home, and they don't want to return home. So, looking at the population of the permanent residents, and so he analyzed the whole situation and mentioned that right after the pandemic, there was a lot of shortage of labor, especially in Ontario, and it's no surprise because in the past years, that has been one state that has always needed more workers. So they took the decision as a country and let more immigrants into the country. But recently, it looks like it has been a great boom, and they are no longer facing this problem and they no longer need so many immigrants. So, for the first time, they took into consideration both the temporary workers and also the permanent residents. And the temporary people, we are talking about the students, the workers that just come temporarily and they go when they are done with whatever they came to do in Canada. So, according to his analysis, looking at the total population, temporal and permanent, it is really a boom. And so they want to take big measures to clamp this increase. And that is why he now came to say there will be a big change. There will be a major cut to immigration, reducing permanent immigration levels by at least 20%. New string of measures to clamp down on temporary immigrants. That means a decrease in international students, temporary foreign workers, and anybody coming temporary into Canada. So Canada's new immigration plan is very straightforward according to what is said, which is lower the number of new immigrants coming into Canada, both temporary and permanent. They are prioritizing permanent residents with the skills they need, like healthcare workers for their hospitals and construction workers who will build more homes, and those temporary residents who are already in Canada. So some will apply to stay in Canada as permanent residents since they already have established and they are working. And so he also said, so keep in mind that if you're already in Canada, you're kind of safe. But if you're planning to come, that is where the challenge comes in because they are trying to reduce this population and will probably not be giving out so many visas except really necessary. So if you're planning to come, I would advise you start targeting industries like healthcare, construction, something that they really need, and then you stand a higher chance to get admitted into Canada. Okay. So they're also thinking that when some temporary residents turn or they into enter the asylum system, and when their visa expires, as a shortcut to stay into Canada, they claim they will be analyzed and processed, and if their claims fail, they will be sent home. So when your time is done and you apply for asylum, basically, and then you try to claim or apply for asylum and it fails, if it fails, you're gonna be sent home if you're already in Canada. So this is really bad news for people that are temporary in Canada because It looks like they're gonna also be redenying asylum claims to just make people go home. So it's really scary. And so he said that there will basically be a pause in population growth for the next 2 years in terms of people that will be coming into Canada. And then from 2027 onwards, it will balance out and they will slowly start increasing again at a sustainable pace. But from now to 2027, there is a high probability that they're going to be stopping people or really reducing the number of people that will be coming into Canada. So, guys, I thought to share this with you. If you're already in Canada, awesome. It's still kind of risky if you're temporary there because when you're applying for asylum, it might be denied and you might be sent home. But also, if you're in Canada, it is a great time to learn a new skill like in the healthcare or building or anything that you feel like will add much value to the country. Because, guys, I don't know, but if you did not plan to go back to your country and you're sent back, it doesn't sound like fun. So, we need to act now. You need to act now before it's too late. And if you're planning to come to Canada, as I earlier mentioned, it is high time you start taking into consideration several factors. If you want to come in as a student, you have to be targeting fields that are needed, that are necessary, not just any kind of field. So you need to do your research properly and be ready, and also know that there's a low probability for you to even get a visa. So if you're going into the process, just know it's a risk. It's a 50-50. Now it's really a 20% chance because they are really reducing it, and the president is not hiding it. He said it openly. He said it openly in the news. Oh, it's everywhere that this is happening. This is real. And according to him, they want to make their systems work for Canadians and for newcomers, even though I don't really see how that's gonna help any newcomer. But then, who am I? The president has said what he has said, and on the other hand, we just have to see how to do our best for to not allow that impact people that are already in Canada or planning to travel to Canada. So according to him, this will be fulfilling the dreams of people that are already in Canada or the Canadian dream per se. And now fulfilling your dream will depend on the kind of job you have, having a decent place to stay, having a good healthcare system that you can access whenever you need, and just make sure that the population isn't getting out ahead of all these things. So he expressed it, saying that is the main reason. Just making sure that when they cut down on this population, the people that are there, the Canadians and people that have permanent residency will have a better healthcare system, will have better jobs, and then there'll just be enough for everybody. And so the new population or the people coming in will not need to scramble for jobs or people lacking jobs or where to stay just because of the population that is getting out of hand. So basically, they need more workers in the healthcare system. They need more workers to build houses, and just this very technical places. And so, guys, watch out. If your residency will expire anytime, you need to be very careful. As if you attempt to claim asylum as a shortcut to stay in Canada, those claims will be critically analyzed and processed. And if that claim fails, you're going to be sent home. And he says it is part of investment in the reforms that they are making to crack down on illegitimate. I can't talk today. Illegitimate asylum claims and to make the system faster and fairer. So this is between the amount of people coming in and going out, and they will effectively pause population growth for the next 2 years. And then from 2027 onwards, it will balance out and slowly start increasing again at a sustainable rate. And so this is the path that the president announced that they're going to be taking in Canada. So for me, it's really sad. I really feel bad for anybody that is in Canada because it's like trying there are many people that have been there for years, are building families, are building everything. They're starting to see it at home, or they're already seeing it at home, making so many investments, and now they just wake up one day and they have to send you back, or they just have to deny your visa for absolutely no good reason, just because they don't want many people in the country, or just refuse your asylum claim just because they don't want you in the country. So guys, I just thought to share this information with you. If you have someone in Canada or you're planning to go to Canada, it's time to strategize, right? We can't change what they're planning to do, but we can always strategize from our end and get as the least impact possible. But all the same, this is not the best news for immigrants. It can have some benefits on Canadians or people that are already in Canada, Canadian nationals, but of course, it's not the best news for immigrants. And any decision taken has its upsides and downsides. Let me know in the comment section what you think about it. And do you think this is actually good and a fair decision, regardless of the direct impact it's having on you or your loved ones? And if you're the one to bring in a new law about immigration, what will you have done differently, or how will you approach it? And what are your thoughts about this? Please don't forget to like, share, and comment. And guys, see you in my next video. Don't forget to check out the other videos on my channel about other amazing countries other than Canada that you can be traveling to and having a great, sweet life. So Canada is not the only country. Don't be dismayed, as there are many, many opportunities out there for success and growth. Till I see you in my next video, stay blessed, stay happy, and God bless you. Bye for now.